Hello everyone, and welcome back to Poppy Seed Mini. Today we're going to teach you how to make miniature coiled rope baskets for your dollhouse. It seems to be that time of year again where people are buying cute, adorable baskets to organize your house with. So we thought it'd be fun to help organize your miniature house as well. All right, let's get crafting. The main product I'm using for this project is this braided basic natural yarn from Hobby Lobby. I got the extra large and the small. And here's a bit of an up close look at how the cord looks. The thicker cord can make baskets that are chunkier looking, like so. And the baskets made with the thinner cord turn out like so. I made a printable that you'll be able to find on my blog at poppyseedmini.blogspot.com, and the link will always be in the description box below. Now, I just made all sorts of different shapes and sizes and stuff that I thought might come in handy and be useful for you guys. Now, of course, you could always make these shapes yourself and just draw them out on paper. You don't necessarily need my printable for this, but I just thought it would make it easier. I did print this out on cardstock, and we will be using cardstock as the paper today because you want something a little bit thicker than regular paper. You'll also need some fabric for this project. The fabric is what's going to line the inside of your bin. So pick something that's going to go with your decor. Once you've picked out the shape you want to make, cut it out. Then you'll need to cut a strip of cardstock. I've decided to make my basket 1 inch tall. Now I don't need this whole strip, so I'm just going to wrap my strip around my image that I cut out. And once I know how much, I'm going to cut off the extra. Do remember to leave a little bit of an overhang though. Once I have my pieces cut out, I pick out a fabric to glue them to. Now I'm going to glue it on to the back side, and I am just using a generous amount of glue stick to glue it onto the fabric. Now you're going to place it on your fabric so there will be an overhang to be able to fold over onto both the bottom and top edge and one of the other edges. Make sure that's pressed down nicely and then give it time to dry. And then I'm going to glue down my bottom as well. Again, making sure there's space left around so that I can fold over the fabric. Now that you have your 2 pieces cut out, you may need to go in and dart the fabric around the curve before gluing it down. You'll also want to clip the corners of the long piece, like so. Now you just need to add more glue around the edges and glue all the fabric around the edges. You want to make sure everything lays really nice and smooth as well, because you don't want anything to be bulky when you're gluing on your cord. Like so. And then for the long strip, you're just going to glue down the edges. And again, use plenty of glue stick for this. You want it to all stay stuck. And then there we are. Next, I'm going to be gluing on the cord to the bottom, and I'm using my Beacon 3-in-1 craft glue. because I don't want to burn my fingers with hot glue. So this has been what I've been making the baskets with, and it's working fabulous. So I'm going to keep going with that. For this first basket, I'm going to be using the thicker cord. And on the bottoms, I just start out in the center. So place it in the center and then start wrapping it around. Try to cover up those loose ends at the beginning here. Now, the nice thing about the glue not drying quickly is you can continue to kind of squish and adjust slightly if you need to. Once you get to the end, trim off the cord. Make sure the end is glued down well. So the bottom of your basket should look like so. When you're shaping the smaller cording and you're making one of the bins with the rounded corners, you kind of want to start squaring it off as soon as possible. So you're getting that square shape. So then when you get up into the corners, it's going to fit nicely into those corners. And it should look like so when you're all finished. Nice and squared out. And you can just squish it into place if you need to, if one side is sticking out more than the other. Once your bottom's done, run a bead of glue around the edge. And then you're going to take your side piece and wrap it around. And then you'll need to add a little glue to that edge to secure your side in place. And this is a great time to use a little clamp to hold it in place while it dries. Before you glue on your side with the rounded corners, you really want to go in and shape those corners so that when it's all glued in place, it's going to hold its shape. So I just kind of pinch that paper in the corners, giving it that nice rounded shape to work with. And then you'll just glue it in place just like the other one. I also like to push in and make sure that bottom is sitting where it's meant to. And again, I'm making sure my corners are adjusted to where they should be as it's drying. Once the side of the basket is dry, you can start gluing your cording on. Just kind of pinch that down into place so that it covers that first edge, and then keep going around. Continue to add glue and work your way up to the top of the basket. And I'm going to let my cording go a little over the top of my fabric. Cut it off in the back and add a little more glue to secure that edge there. Kind of squishing it into the rest of the basket. Like so. Now we need some cute handles. Now, the only thing I do not like about using the 3-in-1 glue, it is absolutely fabulous for this project, but it does have a nasty smell, just to warn y'all. And I am not a fan of it right now, boy. I recommend doing this in a well-ventilated space, is all I gotta say. Now, of course, the little cord is going to take a little longer to cover, and I like to go back and kind of squish it down and make sure everything's getting covered as I go. Whereas the bigger cord is a little quicker to cover. But the little cord definitely has a cool look. It definitely looks like those baskets that are very popular right now. To make decorative handles, I am using this fake leather material. And if you want to add little studs, I just bought some simple nail art that has these little rounded beads in gold and silver. To make the little folded over handles, I cut a strip that's about 3/4 of an inch. And then I need 2 pieces. So I cut that in half. And then I'm going to take my square basket here because I'm actually making a second to the one I've already created. Now just take your glue and run a thin strip across the front edge and glue it on about 1/4 of an inch from the top. Like so. And then you're going to fold it over and glue it along the back side. Now I think I have made it a little too long, so I'm going to trim a little off and then add the little strip of glue to the back side and fold that over and hold it in place while it's drying because of that. For my thicker, chunkier basket, I am going to take 2 1-inch strips and use them to create a different style handle. Just going to glue on one side, and then I'm going to make it so it poofs open a bit, creating just a little strip handle for the side of this basket. Just hold it a little while until it catches, like so. And then I add the little studs to add a fun detail to these baskets. This is definitely when a tiny tweezers comes in handy, giving it an extra detail. For the basket with the strip handle, I'm just going to add a stud on either side as well. Just giving it that little extra detail. Another thing I like to do is add a little leather tag to the front. So I just cut a little extra strip of leather and glue that in place in one of the corners. Like so. Now, if you don't want to get too fancy with the handles, or you want little handles that stick up like so, you can also add pieces of the rope to make your handles. I just made sure to glue them on before I finished wrapping all the way up so that they would be nice and secured on the inside of the basket. On these baskets, I didn't bring the cording all the way to the top, and that created a different look for these baskets, which I thought was super fun. These were the ones my mom made, actually. Thought they turned out super cute. Now the next question is, what are you going to use your miniature basket for? I added my diapers and my wipes to this one, And I even made one the size of a hamper so that we can put our little miniature baby clothes in when they're dirty. How about we make a basket for our little Barbie dolls to go in? And don't forget to get creative with the sizes. Like this set, they can nest right into each other like regular baskets. We would love to hear what other decor items you would love to see us make. Let us know in the comments down below. Mom and I had a blast making these baskets together, so don't forget to share this project with a friend. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Poppy Seed Mini. We hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have fun crafting!